Greetings and salutations, Dota fans. It is I, Badger, back for some more League of Lads Season 10 action. I am joined tonight by the one, the only, now social media manager, 5 Rant 4 staff analyst, former Dota Buff community manager, and currently banned by RD2L gamer himself, Logical Dota. How are you tonight?
That's true. Thank you very much. Yeah, happy to be here.
It's gonna be a fun night tonight, I'm sure. We have two pretty good teams here. We got Team Bloosher Revamped taking on Sus. We've casted a lot of sus this season. We've seen them go from the team that looked pretty sus to a team that looks pretty fantastic. Meanwhile, Team Bloosher Revamps, this is a good opportunity for them to certainly beat one of the more contending teams at Lads.
Yeah, they've had a pretty good season so far, from what I can see. There's like they're 6-4. I want to say that's pretty solid. Honestly, I was about to say that I think Sus is the favorite again. Same that I did last week, but I'm not so sure actually. Jay was telling me that he didn't think his lad season was going so well, but I mean, when he said that, I expected him to be like 2-8 or something.
He's got high expectations. Former Odd Otter, former ranked Twitter player. High expectations, higher than being a team towards the middle of pack and Lads. That's for sure.
I think I might have ruined Jay. He was ranked 200 until he started teaming with me.
So you're to blame for this. Okay.
I think, yeah, it might be.
What can you do?
Yeah, that's a what can you do moment for sure.
uh,
No, jokes aside, he like got a job and started doing real life stuff. Cared less about data. This draft though, there's some stuff going on. Dawnbreaker Zeus, Pudge ban, Razor ban. Razor ban's pretty much the same thing, or not like the same thing. It's pretty similar to Wisp ban. I think those are Sus's two strategies that they've been picking a whole lot of, except for last week. But they've been playing a lot of Pudge, a lot of Razor Wisp. So ban out the Razor, deals with one of those, ban out the Pudge, deals with another. And then last week, they didn't get to play either of those strategies, but they first pick Beastmaster both games. So Bloosher Revamped steals it.
That's just one of those things. Like, all right, you might as well put them on new heroes, but these are also heroes they've been playing, and also heroes that are very good right now. So it's certainly easier said than done. Drafting this sus team into a corner currently. It seems.
Yeah, I mean their heroes are pretty pretty good. I'm not sure who's going to be playing this, to be honest. Well, I think it's going to be Malphite Zeus, but I'm not sure he's going to be playing the Dawnbreaker. Could probably go check their match histories right now and know exactly who's going to play it, but
That ruins the suspense, though. That ruins. Imagine using analytic skills and historical precedent rather than instead predicting
no,
wildly
actually, I
who
don't
will
know.
playing Dawnbreaker.
I only have I'll have KU and 4 play added on Radiant, and neither of them seem to be playing Dawnbreaker. Dawnbreaker core, you need like if you play one game of Dawnbreaker core and you're like above if you're a Mortal Plus player, then I think you'll be fine on the hero. The laning is straight up oppressive. It's probably like, I mean, I think this is kind of like a weird blanket statement to make, but like probably like the best hero inside lanes except for Marcy. It's you just hit such a crazy power spike on level 2, and then you're strong the entire like. I'm sure this hero can go anywhere. This is a legitimate hero that can play 1 through 5, where it can actually play every single role. People used to say that about like Death Prophet and Puck, but like Death Prophet 4 was never good. Like you never saw a Death Prophet 4.
Yeah.
Dawnbreaker, this hero actually just goes everywhere. Carry. Have we seen a mid recently? I think 9 played it. I mean, 9 played everything, but I think there's definitely been some. The Dawnbreaker mid's definitely really good. All right.
It's a
Talk too much about
Grimstroke
Dawnbreaker.
selection, so I guess we're getting rid of that Dawnbreaker 5 idea for now. We're going to be moving it almost certainly to a core role.
Yeah, I have to assume that it'll be carry based on the fact that they picked it after the Beastmaster, and then also it's like pretty solid with Grimstroke. Having the like hardness roll can be nice on Dawnbreaker. They got a lot of like sneak healing as well. You wouldn't like expect their lineup to be able to save people, but between the Grimstroke Shard and the Dawnbreaker ult, they actually like are surprisingly difficult to kill the other heroes. Obviously, there's still half the draft that's left to be picked, but it's still something that you have to keep in mind. They have Nyx to cancel the Dawnbreaker ult, which is like it's actually pretty obnoxious for Dawnbreaker.
Actually, a pretty fantastic Knicks game. The more I think about it, I mean, two int casters and a Dawnbreaker. You see, Warlock Bristleback, two heroes that have been seeing a very significant uptick in pick recently.
Yeah, the okay. I mean, their draft is very meta. It's like flavor of the month. Warlock has been seen a little bit more success. Warlock Bristles is a pretty funny lane. You can just heal the bristle, and this hero is just incredibly durable. Bristle farms like obscenely quickly in the early game, so I think if you just have your Warlock spam Shadow Word on you, they'll be off to a fine start. And Bristle hits really strong timings as well.
Healing salves on allies gets nerfed. Suddenly, Warlock's in. I'm seeing a pattern here.
You didn't you didn't turn that into anything about Abaddon. I'm very surprised.
Listen, I'm holding that for when Abaddon gets picked eventually. Somebody will wise up eventually and pick Abaddon, I'm sure. But for now, no wising up for Abaddon. We're instead picking a meta staple for the last, like, 3 years. It is Mars.
That's crazy. Mars has been up for 3 years.
It's been 3 years, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it has. Yeah.
But more or less good every single day he's been out. And he's back again for some more Dota 2 gameplay.
Has Monkey King been out for 5 years? What the hell?
Yeah, I
I,
think so. I think it's maybe just under it, but it's around 5 at this point.
that's cool. Mars. I mean, it's they always just kind of do this. Let's just like picks the OP heroes, and then they don't have stuns, and so then they just give whoever's playing offlane for them, they just give them either like a Dragon Knight or a Mars or a Sand King.
Sounds like a good strategy. It's like, all right, pick the OP heroes and pick some stuns. I mean, what could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, I mean it's done them pretty well historically.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
We are chewing through these bans right now pretty rapidly. I mean, we have a lot of reserve time left inside of Team Bloosher Revamped, but they seem to be in a good spots. They have some good heroes, and they have, if they can get this Bristle to a very good lane start, which is very likely given it is a Bristleback, but they can have a hero to play around to 5 minutes around. So you know what? We have Warlock ulti with Fatal Bonds, we have Beastmaster summons, Beastmaster Roar, we have this like possibly Aegis Bristleback. Let's go and run it down and then challenge Sus to defend their buildings. And obviously Sus has done a very good job of doing that historically, but this Bristle hero is something else.
Yeah, Bloosher Vim has really nice timing between the Beastmaster, Warlock, and Bristle. It's like all these heroes kind of play in a similar way where they just like hit their really fast timing. Like Beastmaster just kind of gets like a Helm the Overlord, Bristle just goes for their Vanguard Ags, and then I mean Warlock's just strong when when team fights are happening because Fatal Bonds does a ton of damage and the Rock is really nice. Nyx doesn't really fight in or doesn't really like fit into the lineup, but the hero is able to catch Radiant heroes, and I mean we already talked about the Dawnbreaker interaction against Zeus. I think I honestly like a Bloosher Revamped draft more, as long as they can like kill Zeus with the with Nyx Assassin and Beastmaster Hawk Vision, then I think they'll just kind of run over Sus right now. Void Spirit, yeah, I think this is a good pick as well. Also, we didn't really talk about it, but Dawnbreaker 1 or 2 most likely, based off the Mars pick.
Yeah, unless we see Zeus middle, which is definitely
Could be Mars mid actually.
possible, or Mars middle as well. Actually, we generally see Mars 3, Zeus 4 nowadays, and it's a very powerful lane combination as well. So I would expect it to happen.
5 seconds remaining.
I mean, honestly, it might be better for them to have Mars mid. Yeah, I'm sure either way is like completely fine though.
We have 15 seconds of reserve time left for Sus, so the time is not. Select your last hero, put the draft together, and
Good Terrorblade game.
you are probably right, but it is not the selection. It was KU playing carry, perhaps, but it is 4-play playing carry, therefore it is a Bloodseeker rather than a Terrorblade. The Dawnbreaker will be going mid, with the Mars going offline.
Yeah. It's gonna make the Radiant offlane a little bit worse. I think Zeus Mars is a decent bit worse than Zeus Dawnbreaker. But I think it still makes some sense. Getting the fast level 6 on Dawnbreaker is really nice as well, because you can help out the side lanes extremely early on. You don't even have to like commit a TP or get a rune.
I guess looking at the
Bloodseeker's a good
overall
pick.
draft, I think Bloodseeker pick makes a lot of sense though, just in terms of way it fits in with this draft.
I want you to go first, Badger. Who do you think has a better draft?
I just Radiant draft a lot. I think they have
Okay.
enough tools to deal with Bristleback. It's gonna be rough. I think if the lane deal badly, it still was out of control. But I think Radiant, if they draw the lane, should be in an okay spot.
I like Dyer's draft more, but I think that Radiant's gonna win still. I I think Dyer's draft just fits really nice. And the Bloodseeker is like an okay pick, like it's a decent pick. You're able to rupture the Dire heroes, and they kind of care a lot about it. But the Bloodseeker is gonna get roared during his BKB duration. The Zeus is gonna get hunted, and then they just won't have damage for Bristleback, I think.
We'll have to find out where the momentum ends up going, whether it's in the favor of Sus, whether they can handle this Bristleback hero, or if Bloosher Revamped can execute on their strategy, get the Bristle out of control, and control the map. Both of which obviously are very plausible, but what is happening right now is a pause.
They actually have a lot of BKB piercing stun on Dire. On Bloosher Revamped, rather. It's they got Warlock Ultimate. I should learn what that ability is called.
Chaotic Offering.
Chaotic Offering. Yeah, Chaotic Offering. And they have Beastmaster Roar as well. And for a Bloodseeker, the amount that you can do in your BKB duration is really important, because the hero isn't the tankiest until you get more items, until you get like a Basher and a Scotty later on. So if you're not able to get a lot done in the fight during your BKB duration, the hero just kind of feels bad. And if it's Jay offlane, yeah, Jay offlane Beastmaster. If Jay's able to be patient with the roar and doesn't have to use it on like a Dawnbreaker that's running as his team or anything, then if he's able to roar the Bloodseeker BKB duration, I think the fights will go really well for Dire.
We are back from the pause at long last, and we're seeing a 5-man smoke from Sus up the middle lane. Getting some wards up, possibly even posturing for a kill, probably just wards.
Yeah. Okay, this ward again. I'll never not talk about how I'm not a fan of this ward. Especially against Dawnbreaker, which is like a hero that Void Spirit can't fuck with very much. Like, you're not gonna be able to pressure a Dawnbreaker as Void Spirit unless KU like really chokes the lane. I think it would be completely reasonable for Dire to just put a sentry right here, block the Void Spirit small camp, because Dawnbreaker farms incredibly fast in the early game. And just like if they're actually playing the lane straight up and ignoring the small camp, the Dawnbreaker definitely wins that as well. Stop putting wards where they get sentried by small camp blocking sentries.
I feel like this happens probably every other game, every third game, but it just keeps happening. People
I mean,
clearly...
my hope is that like Pistia watches the VOD and then he hears me say this and he's like, that actually, that makes sense. And he doesn't do it anymore.
I mean, that'd be nice. That would be the dream, but for now, it will be... Actually, 3 runes going to Sus. They invaded into this Dire side jungle. They got the one there, as well as the one in their own jungle, so... There's some good early plays so far, securing that, securing those 3 bounty runes.
Yeah. I mean, I hope that Pistia hears this, because I know that our same 10 viewers that watch every stream have heard this like dozens of times or something.
You know, or we're gonna keep saying it until they learn. We're just gonna beat it into their skulls. Like, alright, we need to get like Karan or Colonel Squid to just message Pistia like, hey, can you like not place your ward here? Logical won't stop bringing it up.
Is Karana frequent? Oh, he's in the
He's
chat.
literally
right
in the
now.
chat right now.
Yeah. I'm gonna talk about the lanes and I'll answer Karan's question.
We are seeing Zeus right now taking a lot of damage, and he actually... Okay, maybe they'll turn instead on Agile. Agile killed the Courier, but Keita actually cannot kill the Warlock, so... Agile with the big trades, killing a Courier, nearly killing the Zeus, but now it's his own Courier dying as well. It's the death of Couriers in this top lane. Warlock Courier dead. Mars Courier dead. Everybody's losing Couriers in this top lane.
Yeah? Okay. These trades, it feels a little bit good for Dire, but I'm honestly, I really think that nothing's gonna happen. Bristleback's just gonna be able to free farm this lane.
That's certainly a very good thing if you're this dire side. I mean, you want your Bristleback to be as strong as possible, and if he's out of control, then this game goes very, very well for Bloosher revamps.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, he has to worry about the Zeus percentage damage from static field and getting like ruptured because generally the Bristle just like runs away from stuff. Aside from that, though, his game's pretty good. A lot of heroes that a Bristle can just kind of just chunk. Like even if the Bloodseeker's BKB is active, you can just A-click him on Bristle, and you'll do a lot of damage thanks to Warpath damage.
And this Warlock hero actually trades surprisingly well. I had no idea he has 57 base damage.
Yeah, I remember. This is like when Warlock was good at one point. This is like the whole thing is just obnoxious as hell to lane against the Warlock. He could just A-click you and then heal himself.
What do you possibly do there if he's hitting as hard as you and also has this very mana efficient heal as well?
Malphite's already had to buy 2 salves. His game is like pretty sad for this Zeus. He's level 1.
Just
I
now
feel-
it's 2. But they're going on Yeti, but Yeti, he's not dying
Dude.
quite yet. Mars is out of spells.
These trades where they like just kind of like trade damage and they don't actually get the kill will always feel shittier for Radiant than for Dire because the Warlock will just be able to heal afterwards. And so, like, sure, you make him use the heal, but you don't really care on Warlock. So, like, Keita and Malphite, they use some of their mana, they use some of their HP to just, like, pump damage into this Bristle. It just gets healed up afterwards. It's pretty
You know what time it
inefficient.
is. It's time to buy more healing salves, logical. We're gonna buy a third
Yeah.
salve. Just to keep trading with the Warlock. I found a way. See, solution to the problems. Buy salves by stealing bounty runes. It's all coming together for Zeus right now.
You got you got like you got 40% of a salve from that one. That's a
Or the bottom lane, we will be seeing first blood. Thought it might be top lane. Instead, it's bottom lane with the Inkswell combination. 4play and Kobe bring down by Youngins. And just like that, it is Sus on the board with first blood.
this bottom lane is pretty strong. I mean, Bloodseeker is really strong in lane, and then Grimstroke. Grimstroke Bloodseeker is not the most consistent Inkswell combo, but sometimes your Bloodseeker just gets really fast, and you can Inkswell them. Okay, Kron asked me, do you think it's worth to amp Zeus from Bloodseeker? And I think that it's rarely worth it because it like has exactly 100% uptime, and you want to be using it on yourself because you're not going to take the Blood Rage spell amp talent pretty much ever. And so I think there are certain scenarios where it's good. Like if you're walking up a hill and your smoke pops, then you can like Blood Rage your Zeus if you're really fast, if you have really fast fingers, because the Zeus is gonna ult there, and you're gonna like want to wait to go in. But I think generally in team fights, it's better to just amp yourself.
And that makes sense to me, even though it's nice to amp your support. It's one of your big tools to carry. I mean, it gives attack speed, gives you some very cool stuff in that sense.
Yeah, once you get the shard, you just get like feast.
Yeah, definitely. It's 2% per hit is a lot. And I do mean a lot of damage.
It'll be nice to hit the Bloodseeker. I think once he has like Scotty, Shard, and if the Bristle hasn't just like gotten a major lead on his timing, then the game will be very good for Radiant. The Zeus is actually like really good against Bristle. Sorry, you're saying?
We haven't looked at mid at all so far this game. It's been, as predicted, Dawnbreaker hitting small camp and just out farming the Voice Spirit. Voice Spirit is somewhat holding his own right now.
Yeah. This looks like about how this lane should go. This 6-minute rune's pretty important. I would like to see the supports from both teams preparing to secure this 6-minute rune for the Void Spirit. Because otherwise he's just going to slowly get out farmed by the Dawnbreaker.
Rotation from Zeus to the middle lane to attempt to secure the 6-minute rune, but he might just die on Zeus. The Simulate is up, but Pishtia has no more charge of the Astral Step. He's still looking to man fight, fighting now in this 1v2. He has to accept that the rune must go to KU. Good luck there for Dawnbreaker. Unfortunate luck for Pishtia on the Void Spirits.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of unfortunate luck, but you can't really blame that one on luck. He miscasted his spells and he missed the Zeus with the Dissimulate at the last second, and I think it's a pretty fine decision. Like, sometimes maybe you could argue that he should hold his spells instead of just cast them on the Zeus. If he got the Zeus kill, it would have been good. I think it would have gotten the rune afterwards. This is just like slight misplay, which results in him having to walk back to base now, which isn't nice. But his game's not bad yet.
Keyword is yep, but for now, I mean, of course, there's a lot of momentum to be had. There's always some good rotations to do on Void Spirit if you want to do that. Or there's still more farming as well. Another play that could be done. KU has Solar Guardian, but he just walked under. I mean, he's still Solar Guardian. He's going top lane, it appears. He'll be going in. We'll be destroying that Bristleback. Arena utilized by Keita. And in that 3v3, they bring down the ICD Bristleback.
He's staying a little bit far up, but I mean, that's reasonable.
This time, Pishiel will find the solo kill on Zeus. This time, the spells were hit, and Zeus is now dead.
That's decent. You feel a little bit bad about that if you're Pishiel, because like, especially if you don't get this 8-minute rune, you just kind of casted like 600 mana on the Zeus, and the kill didn't help you that much. If you can get this 8-minute rune, though, it's really nice. It's just you just like Midas.
We are on Rune Watch again. That seems to be, let's see, 6 and 8-minute runes seem to be very, very important nowadays, and Pistia is standing, alert, hoping it's there, but there's no guarantees in Dota sometimes. If Malphite gets this rune, there's no way, yeah.
It's pretty close to like hitting it. Alright, Arcane Rune though, that's nice. I like to see this Bloodseeker die because he's having a really free game right now. Has Javelin, 500 gold.
With the Arcane Rune on Void Spirit, perhaps that's going to be the play. It's like, alright, I have the buff, might as well go on in. 2 steps are online. They're going to run the Kobe under this Beastmaster Hawk. Nyx is silent. The Void Spirit is not, so it is Kobe dead. But, notably, he tanked the gank for 4-play. 4-play could have been the hero that died in that bottom lane gank by Pistia. Instead, it is the supports. Over into the dire side jungle. A big gank from KU into Malefic finds Ice Yeti. So across the map. Fantastic trades for Sus.
He was sitting pretty low on Ice Yeti. Honestly, I think I'm not a super big fan of his item build. I think that you don't really see people go treads very much, or like early treads anymore. I think most people either go like they either upgrade to treads or phase later on, but they'll almost always go like Vanguard into Brown Boot. And I think you kind of see why there. If he had the Vanguard, he's definitely sitting at much higher HP, and I think there's honestly like, even at the HP that he was at, maybe there's a chance that he lives with the tankiness from the Vanguard. His game is not as good as I expected this to be. Like, I expected him to be like 5k net at 10 rich, but he like might not even be 4k. No, that's a lie. He'll like barely be 4k at 10.
He is fighter behind the Bloodseeker and the Dawnbreaker. In the middle lane, Pistia once again goes for the gank. I guess if it's technically a gank on his own lane, but there was a Zeus set up there with the help of Nyx Assassin. They bring down said Zeus. It is now 3 kills for both teams. But looking at the overall hero net worths, Radiant have the gold where they want it. Dawnbreaker, Bloodseeker, very farmed. Mars, not doing great, but where he needs to be.
They're gonna get this top tier 1 for free as well on Radiant, which is really nice actually. I didn't even notice. Alright.
KU wants the regen rune desperately. He will not get it. Pistia bottles it. The teams continue to fight in a 2v3, but neither team will die for now. Notably, it is that minute 10 siege unit in play, but it's bottom lane where the action happens. Jay went in with a roar to try to bring down 4-play. Instead, they bring down Jay instead. Back over to middle lane, they want Black Onions, who has Vendetta. Lightning Bolt gave the vision, but Malefic lacks the Lightning Bolt to bring down Black Onions. Looked for a Thunder God's Wrath, but could not get it off before the vision's gone.
He's thirsted.
He smoked.
Oh yeah, no, he's getting nice.
Oh. I'm not sure if the smoke's worth his life, but it certainly will guarantee his life.
I'm not sure, maybe he wants to hold it for a different fight, doesn't think it's worth using it on the Nyx.
Back over bottom lane, GA has respawned. They want 4-play. And Chaotic Offering will cancel the TP, but in comes KU arriving with Solar Guardian. The T1 is dead, but can't Radiant avenge their structures. Foreplay is low, Ice Yeti is low, Pistia rotates in, has 2-step, step in, has been missed, now finds Foreplay, Foreplay dead, KU will die as well to Pistia. A massive double kill for Pistia's game, and suddenly is actually still sus in the gold lead, but a big team fight win for Team Bloosher Revamped.
Yeah, they get a tower, they get their Bristle involved in some kills. Now he's not feeling too bad anymore either. It's a solid play by them overall. I think the Foreplay probably overstayed his welcome a little bit. I think he should have like kind of TP'd early instead of sticking around to see if they can maybe defend that tower. His game's still pretty solid though.
Surprisingly, both of the T1s are still alive. The Radiant side one's a lot more healthy than the Dire side one, but I guess that major move bottom lane by both teams distracted from a potential middle lane siege. The Mars and the Zeus were there hitting on that Dire side T1, but not too much damage was done. Damage is being done to the Grimstroke though on this Radiant side jungle, ganked by a Vendetta Nyx under a Beastmaster Hawk, and he is now dead.
Yeah. And this mid-tier one, there's not like heroes that are crazy good at taking it. I guess Beastmaster's pretty good at taking it. You can kind of just like send your Helm of the Dominator creep to hit it. It's yeah, it looks like Dire's preparing to take this though. They don't have Chaotic Offering for quite a while.
They do have Roar and Helm of the Dominator on Jay, and they have a step in by Pistia looking for Keita. Keita responds with the Arena. Only Envoy here, but zones the rest of the team away. Impale hits Mars, and Mars will die to Jay's Boars. The trade is for Pistia. Now Foreplay is incredibly fast. He's roared by Jay, but he's still incredibly fast. He's running at Jay's Beastmaster. Lightning Bolt will damage Blood Ray in. The Pig Pole will not get him away in time. It delays the death, but will not save his life. 2 for 1 in Sus's favor. And both teams' T1s will remain alive.
That was pretty solid overall for Radiant. I'm surprised that Dire tried to take an engagement like that without having Chaotic Offering. It's not the end of the world. Your Bristol's farming, and like you were like technically you traded 2 for 2, even though trading your 5 plus your offlane isn't necessarily, or you're not happy trading your min your offlaner for the enemy team's 5 and their offlaner. Shoot, I forgot what my conclusion was gonna be.
Keep following your heart, eventually they'll get there.
The Bristle's having a pretty nice time though. I know that's not where I was going with it. Once you get to this Ags, they'll be pretty powerful, I think.
Yeah, you mentioned the Vanguard. He's got it, and a bunch more gold on top of that now. Middle lane, Keita is in severe danger. Chaotic Offering hits on 3, and down goes the Mars. So stick to delay, but it will not save his life. And now, at long last, Dire will continue their siege on the mid T1 tower. Agile has a double damage rune on Warlock even, but still, they cannot kill the tower. Radiant pressed the button, they've lifted the tower, and it's alive.
I'm surprised, honestly. I think that Jay should just like send his Helm of the Dominator creeps, but they are kind of stationing a lot of heroes in the mid lane on Radiant, so maybe they should be more content with just farming out their side lanes. I mean, Bristle has stayed in this this area for 5 minutes or something, like, so he's fairly content. They're farming a decent bit of the map on, or they're like making pretty solid efficiency out of the map on Dire.
Youngins was scouting with Vendetta, but this time under a Radiant side, Sentry Ward gets caught. Thunder God's Wrath for damage and for scouting brings him down. R.I.P. Nyx Assassin. But it did give his team some vision. They now know that a lot of heroes are positioned in this shallow area at the Radiant jungle entrance. And as a result, they can farm a lot more of the map than Sus are.
Yeah, Bionis is really rich. I didn't even notice. He's got a vessel. It's just kind of chilling. I'm not sure why he's so rich. I guess he has 34 CS actually. He's been farming up a storm.
One more kill in middle lane, perhaps or perhaps not. Malefic, despite being under Fatal Bonds, I don't think he'll die here. It will be close, but it should not be a kill. And it will not be a kill. 34, you usually don't see 4s getting that many last hits, but I guess he's just a very far man right now.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I guess Bristle has been farming jungle for a long time, so maybe he like has been taking lanes. I haven't been paying too much attention to his hero outside of the fights though.
Neither have I. I mean, it's very rare. It's like, you know what? I wonder how Nyx is doing right now. What is this man up to? And I guess in this case he's up to a vendetta, going into this Radiant side jungle again, looking to scout, looking at Dire Vision. They see
He's
nothing.
gonna pop a smoke.
And he has popped the Mars is smoke. Sentries are on the floor for the Radiant, but they have not found the Nyx. Thunder God's Wrath is up in 25. Bai actually walks under a Radiant sized Sentry Ward, but again, finding him appears to be easier said than done. Again, they know he's there. The arena, it's on point, but they still lack the detection. There, a 5th sentry is placed. At long last, they will kill the Nyx, perhaps. But the Dire have arrived, looking to fight. Bang Onions is dead, but Ice City is very healthy.
He's got
KU will
bags.
soar Guardian away, over to the top lane. Chaotic Offering could not cancel it in time, and now Keita will TP. Is it cancelled by the Remnant of Void Spirit? Yes. Pishtis tests forward for more, finds Grimstroke, cannot cancel the TP. So it will be a 1-for-1 trade. Mars for Nyx Assassin.
That was unfortunate. He just misplayed on the Chaotic Offering, didn't cancel in time. ICD is really strong right now. He's got this Ags. I think this is pretty much go time for Dire. I think they can take a lot of objectives. Ideally, you'd have your Helm of the Overlord now on Beastmaster as well. But even still, these fights are incredibly difficult. No, Bloodseeker doesn't have BKB. This Bristleback just has infinite damage. Doesn't die. Take a tier 2 tower, minute 18.
They got a 2-2 tower bottom, and also got a free Grimstroke kill middle lane. So everywhere you look right now, it's going fairly well for Team Bloosher Revamped. So perhaps they're going to look at this first Roshan of the game next. Get some further protection for your Bristleback and just run it down lanes when you're this strong with that, as you mentioned, Bristle Axe timing. And you mentioned how Jay did not have that Helm of the Overlord yet. He's only 300 gold away now, so we'll have that quite soon. Step in again by Bish to mid lane. He found Malefic, but they could not find the kill. The boars are attempting. The axes were missed. And Malefic, by the skin of his teeth, will get away.
Okay, I mean, he wants to be a little bit careful. There are like a decent bit of heroes that can catch him. You don't enjoy getting ruptured on Void Spirit, because if you dash away, you just take the rupture damage still. Grimstroke Silence is an instant cast spell as well, and Mars, he could just like die to getting Arena Speared by the Mars, unless he was really... like, he has to pretty much preemptively dissimulate there. I can agree with that point. I'm pretty surprised he bought the Shard, though. That's not something that you see this early, pretty much ever.
If you dissimulate with the outer ring, is that far enough away from rupture damage or no?
No, I don't think it's 1200.
It doesn't like actually say it in the the tooltip, so it could be 1200, but yeah, it's probably not, as you mentioned.
It's like 700 or something. I can go on the wiki because I know it says it on the wiki. So I'm fairly certain that's not how it works. Like, I can kind of understand it. I think you do take the damage after you pop out a dissimulate.
We are seeing both teams farm still. Bristleback is now 1k ahead of any other hero on the map net worth-wise. Both teams seem to be content to farming for the time being. If Dire want, they can wait on their Bristleback BKB timing. He is only about 1700 gold away, so not too far. 380's farming. Only a few mere minutes.
Yeah, so you're like 790. You're like pretty much 800, which is definitely not enough to escape rupture.
Not even close. I don't know why I thought it was higher than that, but... Yeah,
I mean, I also, like, in my head, I was gonna rationalize the shard by saying, hey, maybe it can be good to disengage from rupture. But that's just, like, not really how it works. I guess, I mean, it could be nice to, like... It's like, at least, even if you take the rupture damage, at least it's something that gets you away from rupture, and you don't have to commit one of your astral steps. Because the cooldown's pretty significantly longer on Astral Step than it is on Dissimulate.
Top lane, Vendetta, Impale, Bristleback, get Grimstroke. Nyx and Bristle are soulbound together, and now Foreplay, who got 1 kill, ruptures 2 targets. He is roared on the Bloodseeker, but he's still fighting. Nyx is dead, Bristle gets arenaed, and Bristleback is dead. They did not wait for the BKB timing, and as a result, it will be delayed even further. 3 kills for Sus. In that first Roshan of the game, which seemed to be a great boon if Dire could have claimed it, will instead go to the Radiance.
I mean, honestly, I think as you're saying, I think they just had to be more patient on Dire there. ICD just kind of walked in and got speared. Mars is pretty good against Bristleback for that exact interaction, because the spear does turn you around.
Bisha! Solo kills Foreplay in the 1v3. He possibly will lose his life. What a heads up play. It delays the Roshan siege. And Bristle again is alive in 15. I'm not even sure if Radiant can kill him in that time. They're backing away.
I don't think they can. Their heroes were like not particularly amazing at killing Roshan anyways, especially without Bloodseeker. No way they can do it. Remember you could cast a Blood Rage to amp Roshan, you'd cast it on Rosh?
Good times.
That was a whole different ability.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Still good times. Well, I guess it will be a possible Roshan again for Team Bloosher Revamp suddenly.
I like this play, kind of. It's sketchy, but I can see it working. He
Zeus
stunned himself on the Carapace.
is scouting. I mean, he wants to scout this badly. They know Roshan is low. Roshan will fall. The kill goes to Radiant, but the Aegis goes to Ice Yeti. Nyx Assassin has fallen. Soulbind is on Beastmaster and Warlock. Void Spirit respawn, steps on in to bring down Grimstroke, but Radiance want bigger kills. They get Jay's Beastmaster and the Aegis. Now Ice Yeti again. No BKB. Will attempt to get his way out. The Radiance, they're crumbling. The damage is too high. Everybody is dying. It is only Mars alive, and he too will fall. That's a full 5-man wipe for Team Bloosher Revamp, and they just could not sustain long enough to kill Bristle twice.
Yeah, this Warlock Bristleback combo is pretty killer, actually. Like, if you're ever trying to chase the Bristle, then you have to, like, A, do it into Upheaval, and then also the Warlock Fatal Bonds means that your whole team is getting hit by the Quills, because they're in the AoE, and then the Quills are also all going to the other heroes because of the Fatal Bonds. That did so much damage that fight. Warlock did 2,300 damage.
That is... I mean, looking at the overall fight, he did the most damage to anyone on his team.
Oh, no, sorry. That was wrong. That was XP, yeah.
He did more than Bristleback even damage-wise. That's just absurd. It's not like Bristleback did a low amount of damage. No, he just did that much more.
I mean, this hero gets really absurd. I mean, honestly, like, almost inflated damage numbers.
Hey, but they counts. They counts.
I mean, he did the damage.
The damage was done.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Looks like Radiant still want to smoke. They're positioning as if they're going to smoke, but they have not smoked yet. Maybe they're de-warding first.
I mean, Dire's kind of. It seems they're kind of chilling. I think they could be playing more aggressively, maybe. But I guess they're waiting for Chaotic Offering.
Radiant's bottom
Yeah, I mean, Radiant's... I mean, surely they're not waiting for Chaotic Offering as well, though. I mean, at Dire, they have reason to wait for Chaotic Offering, but if you're Radiant's... It's almost like as if you want to go before it's online again. It's online in 35 seconds, and it seems like, Dire is going to run it down right now and get this, this top T1 for free. BKB is up for Bristleback, so... It's time for a tower to... I mean, he's got 500 damage almost. It's time for this tower to die.
Yeah, that's just how that hero goes. He is 550 now. Warpath goes crazy.
Ability is powerful this game for sure. I mean, he's got a lot of damage. This top G2 even might just go down right now with no resistance. I mean, it's only Zeus nearby, and Zeus is not stopping a 500 damage Bristleback, so that is every outer tower on the Radiant side of the map now dead, and well... It is up to Sus to say, alright, we need to somehow counter this Bristleback, who is most certainly online, and also has this 9-second BKB ready to go.
They're looking at high ground right now.
So the answer is they can't. They will lose their base. Got it. They're TPing back. They want to fight as 5, and I think Dire with this Hawk saw some movements, some TPs back. They're playing it safe for now. And now the Radiant are back in their base, no longer farming. They can farm the map more heavily than Sus are. But Sus know the situation. They know they don't want to be in their base. They're smoking out as 4. Everybody but Zeus was in the smoke. That's only 3 smoke. Keita, Tumbler's Toys in, finds the empty arena, roars on Mars Radiance. They'll kill Peace Dancer, but there's a 4-man chaotic offering. Fatal Bonds on top. Jay is dead, but Dire actually can't kill anybody somehow. Thought they could. Instead, they will only kill the Zeus. They'll step in by Piscia on the east side of the fight. So it ends up being a 1-for-1. A Beastmaster for Zeus. And Radiant have delayed the game further with that play.
Yeah, but everyone used their BKBs and they use chaotic offerings is pretty solid. I don't think Radiant can fight Dire really, but I don't know. I don't think Dire can force high ground. Actually, the KU still has everything. He actually just didn't cast anything in that fight.
Foreplay has been found. Middle lane as BKB remains on cooldown, but he's being saved. Solar Guardian was cancelled by the Carapace. Foreplay is running from Ice Yeti. The spear in, but the Carapace and the passive quills bring down him. Problem is, it's a trade. Both carries have fallen. They move to Piscia. Ink Spell will stun. Piscia falls as well. Buying Onions will blink away. Agile TPs away. It will not be cancelled in time. But it is 1 core for 2 core trade in Sus's favor. Buying Onions. He's still nearby, by the way, but Radiant are aware he's there. They just don't know exactly where he is, so he will slink away.
Okay, I mean, yeah, the Bristol does die to Spear. He has to be pretty careful. Actually, I didn't think about this, but this is a pretty unfortunate counter for Bristol. If you get speared, you get like turned, and it's pretty much never the way that you want to be turned, because you face like the opposite direction of you face towards the way that the spear was cast.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They're kind of fumbling their timing a little bit. Still, the foreplay is not really strong, so like they don't have to be that worried because I don't think he's killing this this bristleback anytime soon. The Dawnbreaker could carry this game though with 25 and some more damage items.
Ooh, seeing top lane, the damage. A solo kill for KU, and you mentioned 25. With that solo kill, he's level 23 now, so he's really not that... And the gem! There's a gem on the ground. Okay, then.
Okay, that's really big. That's crazy that he was just sitting on that creep wave then, on Vagabonds. KU is very powerful this game. Like, Dawnbreaker can carry these kinds of games where there isn't like a super traditional carry. I mean, even in those games, Dawnbreaker scales so well with the talents.
Radiant
It can
smoke
be-
and scan. Okay, Piscia has run into Malefic, stepping in. The arena spear are off the mark. Zeus dead. KU, Solar Guardians, and Blinks in, but Dire have run a very long distance. Chaotic Offering will only be on foreplay, but they're locking down foreplay. He's so low and he's dead. Now the roar in. Only on the one, of course, but Radiant are collapsing. KU is dead. Kobe is dead. Keita is dead. Zeus bought back, and that is the only reason why the entirety of Radiant are not dead right now.
It's unfortunate. Zeus can't even like just do the annoying thing that Zeus does normally, where he just sits max range and casts Arc Lightning, because he has to watch out for the Nyx Carapace into getting dived. This is like minimum 1 lane. I think most likely it's gonna be 2 lanes. Alright, foreplay bot, but okay. They actually backing? That's crazy.
And they can defend as 5 in 18 seconds if KU buys back.
I guess that they have to watch out for the KU buyback, but and foreplay has everything. They're gonna let this lane go.
He didn't use BKB in that last fight. He was simply locked down the entire fight before the BKB was even used. But you mentioned it was minimum 2 racks, and 2 racks are about to have fallen. Middle set is dead, top melees are dead, top range have just fallen. And that is the full 2 sets of racks, both top and middle. Radiant have smoked as 3, but Bloosher Revamped have smoked as 5. Piscia is hunting. They see nobody quite yet. They now see a spear projectile blink into impale. Can they kill the Mars? Hell yes, they can. And he has no buyback. I don't think Dire know that, but still. That is another big gain. Another core dead in the ground for a minute.
Roche is up. I think they're going to be looking to take that right now. It's a fairly... No, I don't think it's early spawn. I think it's like guaranteed up, and they know that.
Still, very good to gain it, that's for sure. But actually, Dire. They have got Yeti in the bottom lane. He's not even moving to Roshan. This could be a Megas attempt. They know they're strong.
I would be surprised if they went for that. I think that... I mean, they still have this Bristle 25 timing to hit, where you just get plus 600 damage. Not plus 600 damage, you get plus 250 damage. And Warpath gives you 600 damage. They got this ages to take. They still have room to grow, so I don't think they have to force the Megas like that. And I don't think that Radiant's gonna really be escaping their base.
Well, it is time for Roshan to die. I see that he has a double damage rune in his bottle, even as if he needed more damage. But it will be a very, very easy Roshan. Radiance moved over to contest, but they were way too slow. Dire just take it too fast. And Grimstroke, as a result, will die to Pishya's step in. The Simile is forward, going in for foreplay. Foreplay gets his BKB off, as does KU, but both will be using their BKB to run away. Onions attempted a perfect Blink Impale. He was early. Foreplay gets away, but the result is the same. 1 kill and 2 BKBs used for nothing.
Now it looks a little bit difficult. They're not even going to wait for the Bristleback 25. He's got a DD rune. That's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, he's just got nearly 700. He's got 800 damage almost. What do you do? You don't.
It's pretty nice that he doesn't have an AC. Normally people just go like AC after Ags BKB, or like after Ags.
See Roar on Zeus, Katakov running in onto KU, and Keita are in the upheaval. KU is dead, Keita is dead, KU buys back Dire, have claimed the Megas. Foreplay attempts to run on in with his boost speed, but he runs into a brick wall and gets slapped down. And the GG is called, and Team Bloosher Revamped. They execute on their draft and take game 1 in this 2-game series.
Okay, well, I mean, I was wrong. I said that I like their draft more, but I thought that Radiant was gonna win. Maybe that's just me not picking a side.
Maybe that's you being a homer for your boy Foreplay.
I mean, I thought that Radiant were just gonna like better team Dire, but they played their draft decently. Like, I think that they probably gave Radiant like 1 or 2 too many opportunities. But overall, I mean, they did just kind of like they got second ages, so they ended the game immediately. They just took out Megas, won a single fight near the Radiant base, took 2 lanes, and then just reset until second Roshan, took Megas. The way that they played the endgame was pretty solid.
That's just it's textbook Dota. I mean, it was it had some mistakes fight wise here and there, but when all said and done, the Bristle was online. They just won the game. Look at this graph. Look at this green line for win probability. It's just that's a wild green line right there.
Yep.
I guess there's those few situations where Sucks made big gains, but they simply could not hold off the Bristleback. Just too powerful.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the fights that Radiant won. Those like spikes upwards.
Next question is now at this point is can Keita and company bring it back to a 1-1 draw, or will they fall 0-2 and have their record fall all the way from 7-3 to 7-5? That's the question of the day at this point.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. You said 7-1 to 7-5.
No, 7-3 to 7-5.
Oh, 7-3 to 7-5. 7-5 still solid. How much do you need to make playoffs?
That depends on what everyone else has. It's going to be 12 teams in playoffs. So something along the lines of like something along the lines of like 11 wins should do it. And there's obviously a lot more Dota to be played though, so there's plenty of time to get those 11 wins.
Interested to see what the next draft's gonna bring though. There was some wacky stuff. I mean, we kind of missed the beginning of the draft. Actually, more specifically, I kind of missed the beginning of the draft.
Man, it's
Right.
yeah, they move fast in our defense. The bans were fast, the picks were fast. I think my brain is illness riddled right now, so I can't really. It's hard to tell, but I'm sure it's gonna be okay. I'm sure we'll bounce back for game two. Sauce is gonna bounce back. We're gonna bounce back. We have selection of pick though from Ice Yeti. So we're getting there. We're getting closer to that game two. The foretold game number two. Which should be fun.
Yep. Okay.
Okay,
So-
let's see here. We are going on into game number. Oh, never mind. I'm getting an N from Jay. We are not
Oh.
ready for game two. We are back to lobby banter. Sorry, what were you saying before I cut you off?
No, nothing. I'm not sure what Sus is gonna do for this game two draft because Pudge Raids are banned and then Beastmaster stolen. They need a fourth strategy. Marcy was ignored until the second phase. Maybe they'll take that hero.
It's a good option, that's for sure. Marcy proving to be very powerful in the DPC. Even then, has proven to be quite potent in lands as well, so it wouldn't be too shocking if either of the teams went for it in game two.
Yeah, the hero's not crazy hard to play either.
You see the game the other day where they had the free ag shard on from Roshan. It was Team Seeker playing it. Toxic was playing Marcy. The other four members of his team already had not Secret. I'm sorry, Tundra. My bad. He had the shard and just denied it on Marcy instead of taking the free shard.
Yeah, I saw that clip.
Secret, Jesus. But I remember seeing that clip and I was like, oh my, that is something else right there.
Yeah, because like you don't want to eat it and then not use it because you're just like adding net worth to your hero, making your like deaths give more money, making your buyback cost more money.
I'm not even actually sure. Isn't like autocast rebound or something?
Yeah, you can autocast it, and then if you W off of someone, you just like kick them instead of jumping off of them.
I need to go to the bathroom door. I'll be right back.
I think it's like it's definitely underexplored. I don't know if it's good or what. I don't really play the hero. I haven't kept up with the hero enough, but I think it's definitely people just kind of don't understand it right now. And generally, when there's stuff that people don't understand in Dota, it like gets changed a couple of times, and then people realize that it's OP. Alright, they immediately run back Zeus. Beastmaster. Oh, okay. It's because Sus has first pick this time. Did they take first pick actually? Yeah, this is easy to see. No, okay. They took second pick on Bloosher. Okay. They banned Pudge Bristle, so they leave Razor in the pool. That makes sense. They take Tiny. Yeah, the Pishad played Tiny a bunch of the other games. It's good hero. I don't think they ever played it before, but this hero is just very solid. I've definitely seen Ice Yeti play this hero on pubs, so somewhat of a flex. Viper Tiny, oh my god. This is some 5-rat shit. I think this is gonna be 5 Viper, yeah. I guess it lanes like okay into Zeus. I don't even think it's crazy against Zeus. I think it's like decent, but getting hit by the being able to jump away from the Viper is pretty nice, and then also just like slowing the Viper with the jump is pretty obnoxious for the hero. So spending some time on this pick. I think Marcy could be good. I don't think they should pick Razor. I could see them picking Wisp, but I don't think you want to pick Zeus Wisp. It's your first two. That's kind of a wacky.
Radiant team ban.
Yeah, okay. They run back the Dawnbreaker. That's kind of interesting. I mean, the hero's definitely good, so I don't like it. It's not something that you should just like give up on, obviously.
10 seconds remaining.
Ah. Dawnbreaker probably makes sense.
5 seconds remaining.
Suss's biggest problem last game was probably the Bristle as well.
Team ban.
It's happening in the chat. Good. Bristleback's pretty good, yeah.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
They've been Nyx on Sus. That's kind of funny, but I mean, I guess it makes sense. They run back the same opener, and Bloosher Revamped did pick Nyx in response last time.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I swear I saw Zeus Dawnbreaker Wait, was it in this order? Was it Dawnbreaker
No.
first, then Zeus last game?
Radiant team ban.
No, they picked Zeus Dawnbreaker on 6-7, but they had first pick, so Bloosher Revamped banned Beastmaster instead.
I see. I'm back. I don't feel very good, but it's gonna be okay because we got some Dota on our hands. Logical Dota. We got
That's true.
real fun heroes. We got this Viper hero who looks not the way I feel right now.
I think the way this draft is gonna go is I think Bloosher Revamped is gonna not
Team
ban Razor or Wisp, and then they're gonna pick a hero, probably like some. Let me take a look at the pool. I can just like start guessing heroes now. Like
10 seconds remaining.
I don't think you want to pick like Warlock. They'll probably pick a mid hero, and then Sus is gonna pick Tiny, or is gonna pick Wisp Razor, and then they're gonna last pick a stun on Sus, or 23 pick a stun on Sus, and the draft is gonna be pretty solid. Where they have this insanely toxic global lineup with Dawnbreaker and Wisp Razor. Oh, okay, they banned Razor.
I'm not too shocked. I mean, we saw a first phase ban last game, right?
Yeah.
That makes sense. We mentioned Marcy in the preamble to game 2, and we actually have not seen Marcy ban this game either. But instead of Marcy, we get a repeat performance
Interesting.
from our main man Warlock.
I wonder. Okay, I mean that's pretty interesting. I don't really like that they cut off the Viper 5 flex because I think Viper mid's okay, but like it's like they're kind of just saying now that it's gonna be like Viper 3, and there's a decent chance it's gonna be Tiny 4 as well. Because like you want to line a melee hero with the Viper. I mean it was successful last game, so I can't hate that much.
Sometimes when you have that much success with a hero, it's like, you know what? I'm gonna play it again. Why not? And a lot of these the heroes that were in last game are gone now too. I mean, there's no Bristleback, there's no Nyx, there's no Beastmaster, but they have all reliable the Arcane Grimoire guy, Warlock.
Yeah, I mean I think a lot of the Warlock's success last game can be attributed to the Bristleback. But the hero's definitely good without a Bristleback. Been seeing it more and more often. The lane was really successful. Or, I mean, the lane was like fairly successful into the Zeus. I think they kind of fumbled it towards the end, but we saw how many salves the Zeus had to buy. Warlock just like bought a couple mangoes. Jug Groom's check. All right,
Oh,
classic
Jug.
tried and true.
This is gonna be a seemingly very good Jug game as well.
I think I might be Viper
10
mid.
seconds remaining.
I think they should probably not lane Viper against Jug Groom.
5 seconds.
Maybe it's
remaining.
okay with Tiny. I mean, like that lane's probably skill based.
The lane just feels dangerous if you're Viper because I feel like you play this Viper hero, right? And a lot of you do on Viper. I've been playing the Viper as an idiot. I try to play up level 1 and I die. A lot of times, Viper, you wait until you're like level 2, level 3, level 4 until you're that powerful. But if you do that against Jug Grimstroke, then suddenly you have Inkswell plus level 2 spin, maybe even boots on Jug. It's like, oh, well, I'm just dead. So it feels like the timing on Viper doesn't actually cooperate well against a Jug, you know?
Yeah, that's partly true. I think one thing that's kind of nice about Viper is that you have the magic immunity or the extra magic, not magic immunity. You have the extra magic resistance.
Resistance.
Yeah, thanks to corrosive skin. And so if you like get a point of corrosive skin at 2, then what was I gonna say? Then you won't die to the initial like you won't die to their burst with the spin plus Inkswell and the oh boy, stroke of fate afterwards. And if you're able to survive that, then you can attack speed slow the jug a lot, and you can often turn around the engagement.
Well, it is one of the tried and true Ice Yeti classics. It is the Ursa Bear.
That's pretty solid. It's good to see. I don't know how the matchup is against Dawnbreaker,
10 seconds remaining.
but I mean it can definitely feed off these as supports, and it's pretty solid against Jug. You can hit him while he's spinning, and you don't really care too much. And then when he ults you, you can enrage, and it's a lot worse for him than it is for you. It is. It kind of is a weird matchup with the Warlock. Maybe he'll try to like buy Battle Fury, and he'll try to like be more greedy about it, and he'll just get the Warlock to heal him a lot. Or maybe the Warlock skills in upheaval like a true boss. That would actually be really good tech. I'd be hella impressed if Agile did that.
Dire team ban.
I feel like it's not that much of a slow, but then again, every little bit with Ursa on your team counts. So
Ban.
maybe you popped out like 7% slow from
I
level
think
1
that the
upheaval.
Warlock, the level 1 slow has gotten a lot better over time. Like it's 12% slow per second. It used to be
Wait,
terrible.
it's 12? I thought it was 7. It's 12 now?
No, I mean, yeah, that spell used to be like, I feel like that spell was like 4. Like, it used to be abysmal, but that spell, level 1, has been getting buffed and buffed and buffed.
5 seconds remaining.
I mean, I don't know, you probably don't take it at level 1.
Probably a 2, yeah, but even then,
Dire team ban.
that seems pretty good. 12% per seconds doesn't seem that bad. If you throw in like an Earth Shock, right?
Yeah.
Then potentially you're going to be in that upheaval for like 3-4 seconds, and if you're Ursa, that's a lot of damage.
I mean, yeah, especially because you like fuck with their pathing because you upheaval in front of them pretty much. Like you put them because the range is really big, so you like upheaval in front of them, and they either have to like walk back into your Ursa, or they just have to slowly trudge through the upheaval with the Ursa hitting them. And so yeah, you can very reasonably get like 5 seconds of upheaval if you place it correctly.
That's the classic between a rock and a hard place adage in action. It's like, all right, you do not want to go into the upheaval, but
Remaining.
I'd rather go into the upheaval than walk into the Ursa. That doesn't sound very fun.
Okay, it's really good. I really hope he gets upheaval. It would actually fuck up this Lycan. It would destroy this Lycan. I don't think he's gonna scale that spell until level 9, because that's what he did last game. Or no, it was level 8 maybe. But goddamn,
10
with like
seconds remaining.
I don't even know if you need more than 1 point of it. I think just like the first
5
point would be
seconds remaining.
crazy good.
You know, the fun part too is Lycan's you thinking, oh, I'm Lycan, the wolf run. If you're not 6, you can't run. You're stuck
Yeah,
in
exactly.
upheaval, dying to this Ursa hero. I want to see it so badly now. I don't know why I'm so emotionally
It
invested
lingers for
in
3
upheaval.
seconds as well. Upheaval lingers for 3 seconds after the spell runs out or after you leave it. So you're like, yeah, you're slowed for a very long time. You're stuck in upheaval for like 4. We literally talk about upheaval this entire draft. No, that's not true actually. It was only after Ursa was picked. But you'll reasonably get slowed for like 7 or 8 seconds. All right, Kunkka.
You may now
I'm gonna be real with you.
Uh,
I think discussing upheaval was more fun for us than discussing the bans.
uh-huh.
We had a lot of fun with upheaval
I
discussion.
don't know what was banned. I did not look at the bans.
Honestly, neither did I. But you know what? I didn't care about bans. I cared about upheaval.
Okay, Kunkka is an interesting pick because I don't think it's good, but it's able to catch Lycan, which is like decent. You can X mark the Lycan, which is nice. It doesn't really do a whole lot about Jug. Honestly, this is like a comfort pick. I think Pistia just like has a couple heroes that he likes playing a lot more than others. And oh wait, if you like leave and then rejoin, you can see what's banned. I can see that they banned Batrider and Void Spirit on Sus. So, last phase.
Good bans.
Yeah, I mean, they still probably had better pick than Kunkka, I think. But
5 seconds remaining.
yeah, this Pistia here.
5 seconds.
All right, let's
Maybe
see
this-
here. Am I going to be 0 for 2 on draft predictions today? Let's find out. I'm going to predict. I just really like this these picks from Bloosher Revamped. I'm going to predict them to win this game.
Okay, I'm gonna predict Radiant.
All right.
I think that. Oh, it's KU Zeus Malefic Dawnbreaker this time.
I'm doubling down then on prediction. I'm doubling down.
Okay. So yeah, okay. The Grim Jug is gonna lane together, and the Lycan Dawnbreaker is gonna lane together. Honestly, they might win this top lane on Radiant. Dawnbreaker's a piece of shit. Like this hero does way too much damage. They like Malefic might just like buy a Blightstone, and then with the wolves they'll beat the Ursa's ass, even though he has like 6 armor. Or maybe the Ursa will just like take a lot of damage. If they misplay the first couple of waves on Dire, then the lane could go pretty bad. I've never seen Keita play Lycan though, so I mean, I don't think he's gonna like. I don't think he's gonna be 33. You know, I don't think he's gonna do crazy shit.
I feel like I've seen other players on this team historically play the Lycan. So I'm sure they've got some idea of like, hey, Keita, do this, do that type thing in terms of Lycan timings, but I've never seen him play either, I don't think.
Yeah, KU, I'm pretty sure has gone through Lycan phases before. I literally like what Dota Plus level? He's level 5 Lycan, okay, and he doesn't have Dota Plus, I think so.
I think I've seen 1117 play it in the past. I don't think I've ever seen Teddy play it, but I think I've seen 1117 play it. Maybe I've even seen Aaron play it as well. Well, if you are... Actually, I'll wait until the pause ends to do the usual...
They don't have stuns on Radiant.
Hey, they've got a mini stun with Lightning Bolt. That's a mini stun, and then they've got...
You do this bit every time.
Inkswell. I do, but it's still... So they have a stun, Inkswell. So you have to wait a little while to use it. Then you have Starbreaker. That's a stun. Solar Guardian. That's a stun. So we're getting there. We're getting some stuns. They got mini stun. They got tons of crowd control logic. This entertains me to no end every time. That's why I know that's...
Yeah, their catches like their catches cripple on Lycan. I'm not sure what their catch is this game.
Well,
Their catch is unironically like heavily jump
What is the purpose of catch?
to kill them.
The thing is, if you're like it, you're running faster anyways, right? So you have this Zeus damage, that's infinite range. You have Omni Slash, once you start it, you're good. Like we've got problem solved. They can still kill them. We're good.
But Lycan's gonna suffer to Avalanche, I think. Like Lycan will just get Avalanched and feel kind of bad sometimes. But also sometimes you just like get avalanched and then you don't care. You just keep running afterwards and it's like nothing happened. You just wasted the spell, pretty much.
That depends on the angle of the avalanche, I guess. But if you are just joining us, welcome to game number 2 of Sus taking on Team Bloosher Revamped. Bloosher Revamped won game 1 on the back of a very strong bristleback timing. They took game 1 in 33 minutes. If the GG wasn't called, it would have been a 34-minute game, so it was a very much needed GG in that sense. But for game 2, the heroes have changed, though Warlock is back, as well as Dawnbreaker and Zeus for that matter. My name is Badger, I'm joined by the one, the only logical Dota, and hopefully we are in for a good time.
Malphite got boot. I guess this is his idea for laning against Tiny. Or not laning against. Goddamn, laning against Viper. They know about this ward though, they saw him.
He plays that exact ward last game as well on the
He's
Knicks.
not laning against Viper, he's laning top. He's gonna drag creep waves because they don't want to lean into the Ursa. There you go.
The perfect tech to laning into heroes like Ursa. Just don't lane into them.
I hope he. I mean, no, maybe that's actually false. But one way of dealing with Viper is that you can kind of just like tri lane him at level 1. You can like go first blood him when the waves meet. Interested to see if that's what Malphic's gonna do. Yeah, okay. Looks like he's not walking top. So Kate is kind of gonna get fucked up. But oh, you see, there you go. It happened. It happened. His small cap got blocked, and he got a free ops.
The one game you didn't mention it to. The one game.
I figured he just wouldn't do it for. I don't know. I figured he'd just like watch the VOD during the game.
All right, I guess we know he wasn't stream cheating last game at least. Bottom lane, it's a 3-man attempt on Jay. You mentioned the tri-lane Viper at the start, and it worked at the first wave. Malefic on the Dawnbreaker 4 gets a first blood on Jay's Viper.
Honestly, that one's on Jay. I mean, he like doesn't play that much. No, that's a lie. Actually, he plays on this roof, but he like I don't think he plays that much Viper. But this is just something you have to be wary about on Viper. He was like they're trying to like first blood Grimstroke with a level 1 poison attack and toss. At like here, like he got tossed like this, and they're trying to first blood him. You just have to be more careful on Viper and kind of chill until you're level 3 timing.
I mean, you mentioned he plays on a Smurf. I mean, who I get on a Smurf's like, you know what, I'm gonna do on my Smurf? I'm gonna play Viper. You don't really see it that often.
Yeah, I mean, Viper's like a pretty fun hero, but it's not a yeah. This is definitely not a Smurf hero. Mid lane seems... Maybe it's okay for Kunkka, actually. Or, sorry, maybe it's okay for Zeus, actually, but it seems a little bit depressing.
Big Trade's bottom lane, Kobe is dead, as is By Onions. Both supports have fallen. Foreplay, understandably the big winner for now, but Jay is still ready to manfight despite losing his Tiny.
He got Nether Toxin on level 2. I think people used to just like get Nether Toxin on level 1. I remember this is like that was like the lowest guide to offlane Viper is he'd go boots and he'd get Nether Toxin, he'd push the wave. You'd block their small camp and then the wave would like come back into you and you get level 3. But I think Corrosive Skin would be better. I think more people get Corrosive Skin. They kind of like skip Nether Toxin until like I've even seen people skip it until like level 7. Where they're just like 3-0-2 1.
This would make sense, especially in this kind of lane too, where you mentioned the power of that extra magic resistance, and there's a lot of value this game to extra magic resistance in this Jug Grimstroke lane. There's a lot of magical damage.
I'm not a big fan of. I'm just kind of roasting Jake because he's my friend now, but I don't think his item build's particularly well suited for this lane either. I think that he could like buy a bracer and it would be pretty solid. I think that would make a lot of sense. Oh, wait, does he have a peel? No, he doesn't. Okay, but also buying boots to stay outside of the Inksoul spin range would make sense. But I think that the urn is something that you can do if your game is like really good, or if there isn't anything that you need to buy for your lane early, just because like your lane is free. Maybe he won't get punished for it, but I think it's certainly suboptimal.
If he had a Peeble, he'd actually be dead right now, like him.
I mean,
Right.
it's not, like I'm pretty convinced it's good. He just didn't think about it because no one thinks about that.
And then middle lane so far, I feel like every time I've looked at the middle lane, Pishy has been owning, but the CS would indicate it's a very even lane so far. 19-6 on Zeus versus 19-3 on Pishy. So apparently, if I'm KU, I need to not be looking at this lane for him to be doing well. So I'll look elsewhere. I'll look at the top lane again. We're seeing Malefic, as you mentioned, with the boots, cutting the waves. He's even tanking a tower shot just to grab some Mango. So you know what? Agile, I'm taking this wave.
Nice play.
But Agile breaks the pole. Good job on that one.
There you go. That's what you're supposed to do. Yeah. That's why you do it on like the second wave. Is because the creeps haven't spawned yet. He's dead though.
Well, Warlock, he has died, but he died for his team. He saved the Equilibrium. He's not dead. The heal has saved his life, and now it's Ice Yeti running down Malefic. Malefic has no spells, has 3 stick charges, and they will let him leave. He's just too fast on Dawnbreaker.
Alright. That was pretty solid then for... I mean, he's going to have to run back to base and Agile. All in all, I think your Ursa's very happy with how this lane's going.
CS last hit wise is not that great, but he has 7 denies, which I'm sure. And look at these dire cores in general; they are loaded up in denies right now. 5 on Kunkka, 7 on Ursa, 12 on Viper.
So it's pretty solid. I think, yeah, I mean, he's not like trying to optimize as much on Ursa as he is just trying to hard shut down this. Like, does he have corrosion on the card? Why is he on his Wraith? Yeah, okay, actually, he's kind of poor on Ursa. I guess they don't have kills either. Yeah, he's just kind of been like trying to control the Lycan as much as possible, which is pretty decent because Lycan is like pretty based on your timings. So, Keita is doing fine actually, but if you're able to delay the Helm of the Dominator time, it can be really nice.
Saw a kill bottom lane on the Grimstroke. We're seeing a bit of a rotation from Dawnbreaker. Not sure where he's going at this point, but he is going. He's putting a ward in this dire side jungle, getting vision of potential stacks being built, though so far there have not been any stacks built in this dire side jungle. And he will return to slapping Warlock and looking for creeps again. Speaking of rotations, it is the minute 6 rune spawning. Buying Onions is set up for the bottom rune. Pistia will go to the top rune, and Correction will go to the bottom because it's spawned bottom. It's a double damage rune in the hands of Kunkka.
Alright. Yeah, I mean, nice play. Yeah. Malfa came to the mid lane last game, but opts to stay top in minute 6 this game. She's pretty strong, but he doesn't have phase booth yet, so it can be a little bit awkward to rotate. Actually, I think the biggest story of this laning phase is that foreplay is just like hitting this bulk camp. He's just like hitting the pull groups right now. He's just like his lane's going so bad, kind of. The Viper can't die. Yeah, but like, you can't just blame it on Viper. Like, this lane's outplayable. There's definitely potential. Now it's hard though. Now he's like, yeah, I'm not really sure. Because now if you try to do the spin Inkswell thing, you're just going to get Viper Strike, and then he's going to walk backwards.
Rotation top lane by Pistia, double damage activated, Malefic dead. Back to bottom lane, it is a spin Inkswell combination looking for Viper, but Viper is just too tanky. Thundergod's Wrath, but the last hit from Jug finishes the kill. Now it's by Onions looking for the kill on foreplay, cannot finish it. The Urn could not finish it either, so it took a Zeus Thundergod's Wrath, but the job was accomplished. Viper is down, and foreplay must be one happy Jug now. Or at least moderately more happy.
Yeah, no, you're content with getting the last. I mean, his game's still not particularly good. I forgot about the Thunder God's Wrath. That was a solid play by Radiant. I mean, the Viper might be able to die with the Omni Slash, but I think Dire still won this lane, all things considered.
Oh, zero doubt about it. Even though Jay's died twice, there's zero doubt he's won the lane. He almost has many denies as Jug has the last hits. I mean, it's rough. He definitely has more denies than Jug has lane creep last hits, I can tell you that much.
Yeah, it might be true, yeah. So Ursa up to going Battle Fury still. Or not still, going Battle Fury. I don't know, I think that's good. Keita is like pretty chill though. They like didn't really win this lane on Dire as much as they could have. I think he's still gonna have a pretty fine timing on his Helm of the Dominator.
They said he wants to play aggressively in this lane, but at this point Keita is just not dying anymore. I mean, they had a couple missed opportunities earlier in the game, but with that Helm of the Dominator, is that on the curry right now?
Yeah,
it is in the curry right now, so it's finished. He's ready to go.
I mean, yeah, once you hit this timing, your hero becomes so much better. I've seen people do some wild stuff to just like maximize farm on Lycan. So I've seen people like farm this area on Lycan. They just like sit in this area and they just get their Helm of the Dominator and they just drag the wave with it.
Multiple attempts, one top lane, one the Radiant jungle. The Radiant jungle, it's KU being X-Mark blow to the Antorrent. Buying Onions is nearby, toss in the air, down goes over the top lane. Ursa's now fighting, running down Malefic. Malefic dies, but the trade will be for Esioti. Keita had the shape to bring down the Ursa, so across the map, a 2-for-1 in favor of the side of Team Bloosher Revamped.
They get a kill on Ursa on Radiant. That's quite nice.
Radiant structures
This
fortified.
yeah, Lycan's like really happy. I think about how the game's going now. He had to lean into this like probably losing lane and is going to be quite farmed now in the next like 45 seconds or so.
I feel like even they got the kill on Ursa though across the map, it just felt good for Bloosher Revamped. And they killed KU, which is always a good kill, and they even got a 1-for-1.
That's
Sure,
true.
it's not a good 1-for-1, but with the KU kill on top, I'd be happy with that one if I was Dire.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, KK kill is nice. I'd say making him use his TP is actually pretty nice because you already don't really want to rotate on Zeus, but you especially don't want to like walk to a lane on Zeus. You either just like get a haste rune or something, or you like, or I mean, most of the time what happens is you just click alt and that's your side lane. What's the word I'm looking for? That's your side lane
Yeah, contributions.
contribution. There you go. Yeah.
It's the laziest possible contribution, just press a button from the other lane.
He walked top, Donkey. As I said, that he literally just fucking walked top.
He says, you know what, if I die to my own jungle, maybe Dire has vision there, I'm gonna go to the other part of the map. I'll go top lane instead. Problem is, bottom lane's where the action is. Soulbind on Tiny and Kunkka. Both will arrive, stunning on nobody thanks to the spin from foreplay. Now, Dire, with the Tidebringer crit, bring down Kobe and they move to Malefic. Both supports on Sus have fallen. And foreplay actually has no spin for 5 seconds. Not sure if Dire are watching that cooldown, but they are running at the
no.
Jug regardless. And Jug,
He's gonna spin TP. Oh no, their catapult's gonna die. I mean, whatever.
He'll
I guess
spin
that's
TP.
actually. That was actually close, actually. Holy shit. I mean, that was really close. The Warlock was right there at level 6. I guess he was like traumatized from last game where he missed that ult on the non-breaker.
we'll be seeing a trade of tier 1 towers, though. Lycan brings down top tier 1. Dire, with 4 heroes, bring down the bot tier 1.
Well, Pesha is really rich. Wonder. Okay, he's just gonna buy a BKB. If I would probably buy Radiance here, I think, which is like maybe objectively not correct, but I think you can get away with it if you're against Lycan, and like even just the passive evasion that you get from the Talisman of Evasion would be nice against Jug.
Maybe he'd be thinking it's too greedy this game, given his Ursa's also going B Fury, and perhaps the B Fury plus the Radiance on Kunkka is a little too greedy item-wise. In the river, Dire attempted a kill on somebody, but they could not find the right target. Radiant just walked away.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
This looks hard. Mid tier 1 defense looks difficult for Radiant. Just like fighting into this Viper.
See the Avalanche, though, no toss from Tiny. Instead, it's a Soulbind onto into the boat. The boat will give the buff to the Tiny and the Warlock. Tiny is dead, Warlock drops the rock, but he is still on the run, running from a very fast, shape-shifted Lycan, and he too is dead. So it is 2 kills. Tiny has bought back, perhaps with Shapeshift ending soon. Dire want to continue this T1 tower siege. Keita has lost his Shapeshift, and his team has lost the middle T1 tower. And actually, Dire see the Lycan. And he has no boost, so he's very slow right now. Never mind, he's fine.
That was crazy. He dodged the avalanche. Okay, what a beast. They get the mature one in Dire though.
It's
What
this,
are they up to?
with the point of the game where Dire just playing aggressively. I mean, they're playing as 4, bit of a gank squad as Ursa finishes his B Fury. He's still not quite there. I mean, he's farming well, but not well enough to have that B Fury quite yet.
Yeah, he's not where he wants to be, but he's doing good enough. He's still more than 1,000 gold above the Jug.
If that's your major like comparison point, is the Jug farm, you're ahead of the Jug. You're about to get B Fury at the time he's about to buy a Maelstrom. That's how you know you're ahead.
It's Bloosher does this pretty much every game. I feel like it's always they're like 4-man just kind of runs around. I see he hits creeps until he hits his time.
This is just it's one of like the ideal sort of teams to play carry on. It's like, all right, I've got Jay and Pishton making space. I will hit the creeps. That sounds like a dream right there. It's a great sound. It's like, all right, I can just sit on back, wait for my timings. Sounds better than, say, playing with Badger 5 as you get run out your late minute 4.
I don't know the reference.
Well, there's been a couple. Go ask Marshall. He can tell you about
I
those.
suppose.
is under attack.
couple of rough lane experiences we had together, and I will take the blame for the majority of those lanes being lost.
That's how it goes sometimes.
We are seeing a two-man smoke from Keita and Kobe. They find Pistia. Big kill if they can get it, but a very hard kill to obtain. Inkswell will stun. Solar Guardian will bring Malefic in. Actually, the damage. It was enough to kill the Kunkka. I thought with the Helmet Dominator Centaur Stomp being missed, there was no chance, but the damage was just too high.
Yeah, Inksel onto Dawnbreaker ult's pretty solid. Pretty solid skill usage. He's pretty rich on Dawnbreaker as well. This guy sitting at a Holy Lock at minute 15. I mean, I'm pretty sure Pistia can live if he just casts his spells. Like, he didn't use Torrent, didn't use Ghost shit. And they're definitely hard to hit against the 650 move speed Lycan. Sorry, 550 move speed Lycan. But even just like getting the boat buff on yourself, I think would.
Flying Onions has found KU in the dire side jungle. I think did he deny his fairy fire there?
No,
Who grabbed that?
Something, and the courier picked it up.
It was a fairy fire in 2 branches.
Yeah.
Dire's top
Oh, jump.
One more kill attempt, middle lane. This time it's Dawnbreaker who will TP, but Chaotic Outbreak this time is on time, and Malefic will drop.
Let's go, Agile. Redemption.
Radiant's
I love how we keep referencing that one Chaotic Outbreak.
Yeah, actually, you know what? Last game, he did it to the Bloodseeker here. You know, with the Hawk Vision, I think.
Radiant's middle
Oh,
Well,
God.
that was him, right?
Oh, there it is. I remember, it was right there. You were drawing that. Took me a while to find it, but I found it. Guess they had a little more vision this time. They had, instead of the Hawk, they had multiple creeps and heroes, which I suppose it is the same vision, but extra units. Dire maintain a 2k net worth lead. They are ahead, but not by a massive margin. B-Fury, unsurprisingly, has been finished on the Ursa, but Radiant against some items as well. Problem is, it's time to test your metal in the dire side jungle. Keita will shapeshift. Foreplay has spun, but Jay is with his team. Omni/in, damages both Agile and Jay. Both remain alive. Now, it's an Inkswell from Kobe as Keita runs down by Onion. Back to Jay. He's running down Foreplay. Foreplay will TP. No, it will be a very successful TP as Jay gets killed by Dawnbreaker and Lycan. Now it's time to run. Pistia and Ice Yeti are here to fight. They bring down the Grimstroke. But even if they kill the Dawnbreaker, it's a favorable trade for the Radiant team. It will be a 2-for-2, but Radiant's committed less heroes and got the core kill. But if Dire can get Roshan, suddenly it looks a lot better.
Yeah, this is pretty free, Roshan. Alright, Pistia casted the spells this time in the fight. Nice job to His game actually ended up turning out worse than I thought it would be. His game looked so nice at like minute 11 or 6.1. Oh my god. Is that gonna get denied? Okay.
I thought for a second something was... I mean, that took a long time, but no Lycan
Ursa
denied,
was
no
sitting on
Zeus
it.
jump.
It was just hard that Ursa was sitting on it. If I'm not even gonna say that facetiously. Yeah, it's hard to do. Because you can't just like right click it, you have to actually A-click the thing on the ground.
It's certainly possible. I mean, these things have happened before.
Yeah. I mean, definitely, it's possible.
Over to top lane, Jay. I think he's in some severe danger right now, but I don't think he... Wait, never mind. Instead, he used backup as going on Pistia instead. They forced out the BKB on Kunkka, but Torrent...
Okay.
Well timed, but off the mark. It was probably a 1 and 2 play there from Pistia with that perfect timing, but instead he guessed incorrectly. Over to Ice Yeti. Looks for Keita. The X mark from Pistia will ruin his TP to Fountain. As a result, the Lycan is dead. Now 12 kills for inside of Team Bloosher Revamped, and they're up by 4k, and they're up by an Aegis.
Okay. Alright, I said his game's pretty good now. He's picking up some kills. I think it's really important as the carry on like almost all of these heroes that you're actually able to find pickoffs when you're trying to slowly convert into ending the game.
Dire's
Like getting these kills is really make or break, I think.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh,
Dire,
wow,
they are
yeah,
not
sick
done
play.
with their kills. The ward placed for the Vision. KU gets jumped upon, but Malefic has saved him with a two-man sword guardian stun. Dire still want to fight, but Radiant also too want to fight. Thunder God's Wrath, spin. In comes boat, in comes Kinetic Offering. Pistia is dead, but Dire are still fighting. Problem is they've lost their first life on Ursa. So one core dead, one more Aegis down. Blink Avalanche hits on 3, but Radiants are triumphant. They've killed Agile, they've killed Buying Onions. Jay will TP away successfully. I said he will blink away, but still you lose 3 and the Aegis, and you get absolutely nothing in exchange. What a fantastic turnaround by Sus.
Dire's structures
Yeah, that was pretty. They kind of misplayed that fight a lot. I was surprised that ICD didn't commit the enrage to like either for the jump slow here or for the Dawnbreaker ulti here, because I think he would have been able to finish the kill on Zeus. But he just holds it a little bit too long and
has fallen.
ends up losing ages after he gets neither of the kills. Just tanks the full duration Dawnbreaker ult stun. I mean, I think the game's still good for Dire. I think they're probably still in the driver's seat, but it's they misplayed that last fight quite hard.
It's certainly possible to still win the game, but we saw it last game as well. Even though they were very clearly in the lead that game too, they made some key fight mistakes. Last game they had the Bristleback, who was just too powerful to stop. But this game, I don't think Ursa will be ever as powerful as that Bristleback was.
Yeah, that's kind of true. I mean, I don't the Ursa's not going to be as strong as the Bristle in that he's not just going to like run around with 400 move speed and A-click heroes and just like chase them, but the Ursa will be able to fucking kill them. Like he'll be able to blow some of these heroes up, which is something that the Bristleback was not able to do. The Bristleback couldn't just like blink on you, bash you, and then like two tap you.
I mean, he bought an
Ursa
Abyssal
will
Blade.
be
If he
able
bought a Blink Dagger, he could have Blink Abyssal and hit for 700 damage.
Yeah, I mean he probably would have bought a an Agi Blink eventually, but or I mean yeah, he probably would have bought a Blink variant eventually. Our Radiant is nicely dodging this from Dire.
Well,
Never
it felt
mind.
like it anyways. Lycan can shapeshift, has not used it quite yet, and he will get Blink and bashed upon by Ice Yeti. Thunder God's Wrath will create a 1-for-1 trade, though, by Onions, who blinked in for the Lycan kill, lost his life for a favorable 1-for-1 trade.
AU, I wonder what he's gonna buy, because he does have Midas queued up. He is at 2.5k gold right now. I think he's gonna buy an Aghanim Scepter.
There's no way
Okay.
he actually buys his Midas, right? There's no way.
It's bad. I don't know if that's a UV but I can see it. Alright, he bought
The
it.
Midas! I wanna
Peace.
pay you!
I wonder what he's going for, because like I used to like Midas on Zeus, honestly, like a while ago, when the arc lightning damage talent at 25 was a lot better. I mean, Zeus was a lot different of a hero back then, but when that I think it was like plus 200 or it was plus 180 damage on Zeus, and you could two-shot group waves with just like clicking Q on them twice. I think getting to that talent completely changed the hero, and it was good then. It's potentially good then. I have not seen someone buy Midas on this hero
Like if
in
you're gonna
this
buy the
patch.
Midas,
So
you
it's
want to buy
good.
it a little bit earlier than that, you know, and not at minutes 22.
And yeah, that's like sure. I don't think it's terrible to do because like sometimes you just want to hit it. You just like want to hit some level timing. Like sometimes you just want to be 25. I don't really know what he's going for this game though. I don't know if he's going for like. I assume he's gonna take the lightning bolt talents because that's kind of what everyone takes nowadays. But not sure. Maybe he's just angry as well. That's a possibility.
Yeah, he's getting ready for the long game, you know. He's getting ready to go for a 50-minute game. And if it's like a 45, 50-minute game, maybe the Midas will pay off economically, as well as, I mean, XP, of course, is always a nice game, but even goal-wise, if the game goes late enough, it will pay off as well. For now, it is Team Bloosher beginning to slowly bring the map in. They've only gotten one Tier 2 tower, and they haven't got all the Tier 1 towers yet, but they're not in a rush. I mean, they could have committed a little bit more heavily if they wanted to kill this top Tier 1, but they're just firing the map. They're playing it slow. They don't want to overdo it this game.
Finish the Ags on Dawnbreaker and Radiant as well. They actually can maybe take a fight. Especially since Radiant won't have Aegis for quite a bit of time. This Dawnbreaker Ags is like a demonic. the evasion
Linked
that it
in
gets.
by Yeti. But it is
Yeah.
the Dawnbreaker Axe
He's
to
the-
return, giving the
yeah.
evasion. He's fine. And now Chaotic Offering. But it's just dire supports are dead. Ice Yeti will die as well. The Dawnbreaker Axe reveal has paid off handsomely. 4 kills for Sus.
They threw. Yeah, okay. The game's very good for Radiant now. The Midas paid off, clearly.
That's the classic results. The classic results for everything. I'm calling it the Dawnbreaker Axe. Look at it. I think it's powerful. 60% evasion.
Yeah. It was, I mean, it was good. Jug just didn't die. He was spinning, so he was immune to magic, and then he had 60% evasion. It's also the Ursa was hitting him and doing no damage.
Tower has fallen.
Game looks very good for Radiant now. I think they're gonna get the next Roshan most likely. That can respawn in 40 seconds.
AU was ganked by Pistia and buying onions, but he's actually fine. Now it's Pistia fighting with his BKB, but eventually that one will end. And when it ends, they will kill the Kunkka. Sure, they get the Zeus, but they will also lose their... Wait, there's no way Tiny gets away here, right? He gets away, actually. The 4-man Avalanche gets him away. It actually ends up being the one middle lane for one middle lane exchange.
I don't think that's particularly good for anyone.
You know, it was good for Kunkka. You wanna know why? Look what's off cooldown right now.
The
Midas.
sure. No, that was not. It wasn't good for Kunkka. It was bad for Zeus.
If you think about it, though, anything that's bad for Zeus is good for Kunkka.
No, he is not even thinking about that. He's not even considering that. He does actually. Fisher doesn't even know that Zeus has a Midas right now.
You're probably right.
No, that's definitely false. But regardless, next Roshan's gonna be the big objective to look at. Is he the shard on Mike? No, he's got a cube. He's just sending wolves to scout like a fucking nerd.
And sometimes, I'm sure it's more of a KU phrase than anything, but I have to hope for later. Bottom lane, we're seeing a gank on Malthic. The Avalanche, the Toss, the Blink in by Ice Yeti, and well, you cannot get Solar Guardian evasion if you are the target of the gank on the Dawnbreaker, so you are now dead for 45, and as a result, your team's bottom tier 2 will perish.
I mean, you can technically use it on yourself. You're not going to. You don't want to.
I meant more if you're literally being stunned, then yeah, you can't really use it.
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely true. Is it? Wait, hold up.
Five-man smoke by the side. Oh, wait, what do you see?
Does Solar Guardian Ags reduce the cooldown and not say anything about it?
Just no way, right? Actually, that's extremely plausible. What am I saying?
I think that's. It doesn't say anything about it on the tooltip, but just like you can see the numbers, right? Like you can see like the patch, and it shows where the cooldown's at, and then you hover over, and then you look at the cooldown. It's 185.70.
To the wiki.
Oh no, it's the talent. It's the talent. I'm fucking
okay,
stupid.
okay.
There's a 20 talent there.
I see.
Or the 15 talent.
So this one's not the tooltip's fault. Got it. This one is
Sometimes that just happens. Like the brood shard had just like a billion things that it didn't do. Like it made it AoE, and then you got extra. Like it made your fucking webs go faster, and it made everything AoE. And then I think Lycan, I think Huskar shard is still broken. It just gives damage to your Q and doesn't say anything about it.
and Flesh Heap's still broken. It doesn't even say the buff duration.
Wait, what?
You know, Flesh Heap. You know the active on Pudge's passive ability.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
It's
yeah,
still even
that
missed the
wasn't
duration on
what I was. That wasn't exactly what I meant, but yeah, I mean, the tooltips have issues.
Spin in by 4 players. Solar Guardian will arrive on Agile and by Onions, and Dire are on the run. They're losing their fight. Keita will run away from the enraged Ursa Bear, and Ursa will attempt the fight, but eventually his enrage has ended. His BKB will end soon as well. But before that happens, both Lycan and Jug have died. Dire actually turn it around with that tail end of the Ursa BKB. So they ended up winning the fight 2-1, and well, you mentioned that big objective, that second Roshan of the game. It's back, and Dire are in the pits. But Radiant know it.
This looks obnoxious for Dire, but maybe it's just fine. They got okay. All right, they got everything. Oh, the shard.
Both of them get grabbed by the Dire side, and even then, they're fishing for kills. Malefic was tossed in the air, but that's a free kill for the Radiants.
Who's the Shard's going to Ursa, right? Yeah, okay.
Is under attack.
Yeah, Aegis and the Shard for Ursa. That's a nice pickup right there.
That's how it goes generally. So that's just always what happens on this hero. Feels like it's like part of the playbook.
Ursa Shard's fantastic, but it's very rare you have a space in your build to buy it yourself. It's like, hey, you know what my hero does? I grab Roshan easily. It's a free Shard.
It's true. The Shards are like, I remember when it first came out, everyone thought that it was going to be incredibly broken because they thought it was going to dispel too. And then, I mean, it definitely was better. It was like better on release. I think it was 1.75 seconds, and I think that there was a Earthshock cooldown talent at 20. Now it's at 25.
Well, one more smoke from the side of My Youngins and Ice Yeti. Bloosher want to gank where they can. Problem is, seems like Radiant have dodged the gank. We see a TP away from KU before the smoke arrives, so instead, they will turn their attention towards this top T1 tower, and well, the T1 top seems to be very, very dead. Maybe even this T2 top might be not long behind it. Gank on foreplay, Avalanche, but not toss. The spin was there in time, so foreplay will run away, but the T2 top cannot spin and run away, so it will die.
Okay, all right. This is Dire's go time. Last time they took a good fight. They took 2 racks off of it. I think this is their moment now to do one of those.
X mark on KU. I don't think they jumped this, and the Thunder God's Breath will certainly cancel the blinks. Dire, after grabbing 3 towers in one lane, have now backed off, and they have time to reset and go again. I mean, there's still 2 minutes and 40 seconds on the Aegis, so there's plenty of time to push in your bottom lane, push in your middle lane, and do it again.
Pretty good. They're just making sure that they don't have other lanes to deal with right now. Oh, and DD are in. Very nice. Gonna bottle it up.
That's a nice
Ice
room.
Yeti does not have very good. I don't know if recognition is the right word. I don't like the items that he's putting into his backpack. To eat the shard, he put his Battle Fury in the backpack. I guess putting the treads in your backpack is technically correct now.
He's in a lack of slots, it appears, right now.
Definitely, yeah, with the ages.
Put the Aegis in backpack. Yeah, I think he would if he could, actually.
Yeah,
His bottom
definitely.
tower is under attack.
Back in my day. Actually, that was before my day. You guys should do that, I think. Also a
Interesting.
backpack. Okay, if there was a backpack, they would have been able
You
to.
could drop it.
You could back in the day. You used to be able to buy the Aegis. You could drop it, I think.
Oh yeah, it was like 500 gold too, wasn't it? Wasn't it? It was
It
stupid.
was like 1,500, but it gave charges, so it was stupid.
Yeah,
That,
I remember.
that was before my day.
It was
That a
unintentional
long
also,
time ago.
right?
This was like Dota 1. This was like 2007
Oh,
or
okay,
something.
okay.
This was never graced Dota 2. It was like 2007 Dota 1, like Malk's era, that kind of oldness.
I see.
Radiant's top barracks has fallen.
Top racks have been killed, by the way. Middle racks seem to be not far behind. Radiant have glyphed, and they're pushing in both the middle and the bottom lane, but their base is kind of dying right now. Again, the glyph has ended. Yeti is hitting. T3 is dead. Violence hunts.
Oh, sick
the
play.
Torrent, the Avalanche,
Oh,
the
he
toss,
tossed
but
the
Zeus
Bloosher.
remains alive. Soul Guardian is in. Radiant have all 5 the fights. The boat is on the way. Chaotic Offering hits only on 2. Agile has given his life for the Chaotic Offering. Radiant need more kills than the Warlock. And they will not find more kills than the Warlock quite yet. Ice Yeti is an enraged bear. He wants to do more damage. Or perhaps he wants to retreat with his team. Hello, Overlord Creep is dead. Ice Yeti goes in for Malefic as Foreplay spins on Jay, the Viper. Tries to stand his ground. Titanic, he will lose the fight, and Ice Yeti will lose the Aegis. Dire are beginning to get kited around. Yeti, again, will blink away, leaving his tiny to fall. Kunkka TP's away. The cancel was not in range. But still, a costly retreat for Team Bloosher Revamp. They lose 3 and the Aegis, but they still get a T3 mid and a full set of racks top.
Okay, so I mean, the fight is like all things considered, is good for Dire overall. They're kind of misplaying these fights though. I think I don't think they really have the right approach. I was just kind of like looking at Ice City's hero that fight, and I think that he should probably be pressing Enrage earlier than he is, and like holding his BKB longer. But also just like kind of overall, the I think the general way that Dire should try to take fights is that they have to kind of like start by finding a jump. If they just let Dire cast their spells, or if they just let like Zeus spam Arc Lightning on them to start fights and keep canceling their blink, then they're never really going to be able to. They're never going to be able to win the fight.
Dire choosing fights, they jump Lycan. Lycan will BKB and get Solar Guardians, so he's actually fine. Malphite has arrived, and I'm not sure if he wants to be where he is right now. He'll get tossed into the remainder of the Dire by Onions. He'll certainly die. Tiny hunts for more kills. Avalanche was not in time for the Grimstroke, though, so it's only 1 death, being a support Dawnbreaker. If Dire want to, they can run it down. I'm not sure if they know Dawnbreaker has... Yeah, they do not know Dawnbreaker has no buyback, but... it's probably time to push some lanes in.
Radiant has the gold lead right now. I just thought that was cool.
Huh. No way. You're right. I missed a kill middle lane for that, but it was worth it. It actually wasn't worth it. Radiant got 2 kills for that.
Yeah. And can you snipe both of them somehow? They used Omni. 4Play's been having a pretty solid game. Like, he was really poor and kind of inactive early on, but he has like avoided death many times. He's currently sitting 7-1-10.
He's recovered.
He's actually incredibly poor. Kind of now that I'm looking at his inventory. 36 minute Mjolnir Scotty SNY shard. That's pretty rough, but I mean, it gets the job done this game.
I guess he looks a little bit bad because he's not being given a free shard the way I said he is, but even then, remove that shard money, he's still 3k behind the Ursa.
I mean, just his inventory, like just the fact that he's got Coiling Blade 1, minute 37 looks bad. Like, looking at like Ursa's inventory, if he just like didn't have any gold right now, and it's like he's sitting on 2.7k, right? But if he just didn't have that money, then his inventory would at least look like his inventory looks a little bit better for 37 minutes, I think.
That's perception, you know. Sure, the perception says Ursa's got some sick items, but before play, it's not carried out your perceptions logic. This is why you two are beefing.
No, we're not beefing.
You're right. But we are.
I mean, Scotty is more expensive than any item that Ice City has. That makes sense. Okay, his items are more expensive. Mjolnir and Scotty. Okay, they're waiting for Ursa 25 a little bit. He bought an Ags on Kunkka. It's actually decent this game. I'm normally a Kunkka Ags hater, but I think it's like it can kind of work against Lycan. And in these fights where it's like, actually no, it seems kind of bad. I'm just not a fan still.
I know you've made a number of comments in the last few months, if not longer than that, denouncing Water Park Kunkka. In this game, Pistia he's not full Water Park quite yet. No 25 talents, but he has the Ags and the Ag Shard.
If you're able to get Refresher and you're 25, then I think it's like it hits a nice timing. But like before that, I don't think it does anything. Like right now, when you're just level 22 and you got Torrent Storm, I think it's whack.
Inracks are dead, by the way. They die pretty fast.
Yeah, it's unfortunate they have Viper Shard, so it just kind of died. Unlucky.
Oh boy, guess what time it is, Logical.
Third rush?
It's third rush time. It's
tier 5
Way,
items.
but it's actually tier 4 item time, technically, but
Yeah.
It is time for Dire to sit around the Roshan pit as Radiant's got it with wards. Smoke up S4 will potentially result in Jay's death. They see Viper, they know he has no BKB. Foreplay is ink-swelled. He will Omni Slash in for the Viper. Jay is low, soul by Viper and Tiny. Viper has fallen. Tiny will BKB, but he's still on the run. Seems like he'll live. Radiant see him, however, but they will not kill him.
He's just missing his global spells, so you can't snipe the tiny off of that. Okay, well Viper down, Roshan's up. It's Refresher Shard. That's nice.
This is a really good Refresher Shard game for both teams, really, but if you're Radiant, there's some very good carriers, notably this KU Zeus, most likely.
Yeah, I think it's definitely it's gonna. I'd like to see Keita buy Ags and put it on foreplay. Like you don't benefit that much from the crit, but I think just having the perma haste move speed and the shared lifesteal will be nice for it too.
Foreplay, he'd be very powerful if he did that, I'm sure. I'm not sure what the interaction is between the Ags and like the spin shard, but I'm sure it works some way good.
Ooh, what do you mean by that?
Like if you give the shapeshifts buff with the Ags and Lycan Eggs to Jug, and then he uses the spin with shard. What exactly is the interaction with that? Like, do you still like hit with the Lycan crit then? Like, what exactly happens then?
I mean, like it rolls on all of your crits. I'm pretty sure the way it works at least is that like when you hit something, it rolls all your crits. So like it'll roll the Lycan crit, the percentage to see if you get it, pseudo RNG, and then it'll roll the Jug crit as well, and then it'll crit with the one with the highest damage that you get. So if you like proc both of them, then I think the Lycan crit is more damage. I want to say, yeah, Lycan crit's 220, so it'll override the Blade Dance because it's only 180. And
Sounds
yeah,
really good.
it's yeah, I mean it's probably worse than Icy, honestly.
Yeah,
But
probably.
yeah, I think he should get it, especially now that he's got the 20 talent, because all the because that applies to the Ag Scepter, the plus 6 second shapeshift.
I guess most things you can buy with 4,000 gold though are usually can sound good one way or the other. It's hard to spend 4,000 gold and then it sounds bad most of the time.
I mean, maybe he might get it with the 25, where you just have a 70% chance to crit for 220. That'd be pretty strong.
Alternatively, you can see waiting for the fourth Roshan. Like, all right, free Ags, I have to buy it.
Maybe.
His
Okay, his
team
Midas.
has Ags too. Like, it's not like it wants to be getting the free Ags other than maybe the Jug, but I think Jug will have the money for it before that.
I think that Radiant's gonna win this game.
Yeah,
What do you think
possibly. I
about
mean, if they win this game, it wouldn't be too far fetched at this point. I mean, they're up in gold even. You already mentioned that earlier, but even though they're down 2 racks, they're still up gold.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, these dire heroes are just not very farmed. Even the Ursa is kind of like missing a little bit of. He's like not quite where he wants to be. I think he would want to have replaced the treads of the Battle Fury at this point for like an extra item, maybe like an MKB or a Scotty, something like that.
The MKB sounds quite nice this game into
Bloodthorn against Jug could be really nice.
that too. He
I
has
don't
the
think they
Abyssal
have.
Blade for the Jug for now, at least, though. It's a good game to Abyssal the Jug, of course.
Yeah. I think getting some kind of True Strike for the Dawnbreaker X would be really nice.
I don't think it'd be too far fetched as well if Ursa buys a Bloodthorn for Jug to disassemble the SNY and buy a Manta.
Yeah, I don't think that would happen, but I think that would be smart. I've never seen anyone do that before, honestly, but it sounds correct.
I've seen it before, but usually like a lot earlier in the game, where it's like you buy SNY and then you disassemble it branch right away for the Manta and like a Halberd or something.
Oh yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah. I disassemble for Halberd was was like really big when Halberd was OP. That was like the whole God King. That was when he was all the rage, and everyone was copying him.
And then the Chinese, they looked at his his damage to GPM ratio. Like, you know what? I don't like your damage to GPM ratio, God King. We're going to exile you.
He was on the best tier 1 China team. Div. Oh my god, I can't use words. Div 1 DPC China team, and then he got kicked. And now I think he's owning people with Pawn Low in Division 2.
I'm rooting for that team right now, man. I think everyone outside of China's rooting for that team, man.
Yeah. And like they got the most known faces.
Big
I always-
gank on KU in the Radiant Tri Camp. He has fallen, and Malefic has arrived as well, who also will inevitably die. He'll heals himself. That won't delay the inevitable. Abyssal is in. Dawnbreaker is out. 2 heroes are dead, but both have buyback.
He's just running out of 40. Yeah. Sire. Ooh, okay, wait, this could be kind of difficult. They have 2 creeps to work with right now, because their next wave is cut by Lycan. So they have... Actually, never mind, they have 3 creeps. They have this one and these 2.
They have more or less
That's
like
enough. That's enough for
25
Megas,
seconds
though.
for Megas.
Yeah.
That will be enough time. But Radiant have 5 heroes to defend.
Darn.
Link in on the Zeus. Zeus has no buyback. He will die back here if he dies. But he's saved by the E-Blade. He's still alive. Dire couldn't finish the kill. Radiant still have 5. Thundergod's Wrath for damage will bring down the Tiny, and now Radiant will lose their Lycan. It's a 1-for-1. Lycan has brought back with Dire. Get the Megas. It's now time to run. Malefic looks forward. But there will be no catch. The Aegis has even expired on foreplay. And technically your base is not fully dead. That's a very costly defense. I mean, that's 3 buybacks and a barracks. And you still lose your barracks.
Yeah, I like the way that Jay played that whole engagement. He completely ignored heroes. I don't even think he pressed Viper Strike. He was just A-clicking buildings with the shard. I think that was probably the correct way to go about it. I mean, I've seen Lycan Ags make these comebacks through Mega Creeps. Like, this shit gets dumb late game.
Seems like it might just be time, though, for
BD?
Sus to hunt. I'm not sure if they saw it.
Yeah. They have no bottle or anything, though. If I'm foreplay, I send a bottle out, honestly.
That'd be bold. That'd be good play, though. Certainly a good play.
I did the one in one of the lads games. I think I was playing Sven. I don't remember. I think I had it was probably Pattern Invoker or some shit. Didn't have a bottle.
Technically, Zeus has a bottle. He's just...
Yeah, I mean, he's just so
Not
far.
there.
Like, you actually don't mind spending 600 gold for convenience. That's just me, though.
I'm sure you were more farmed, though, than 4-play Judd currently. He's still not 6-slotted yet. No Ags, no Moonshard, no Refresher. So he's got room to grow still.
I could see, like, a inventory Moonshard for 4-play right now. Alright, he's got Rapier. I think this shit is worse than Moonshard. I think this is less damage than Moonshard. Maybe not less damage, I think it's worse than Moonshard, though.
I like Rapier. Rapier's more fun.
Yeah.
Well, here comes the fight. Possibly the
It's
last
better on
of the
spin.
series. Radiant Tricamp. Gaddock offering in on 2. Boat as well. Hits on only 1. Jay has died. He has bought back. Radiant need big kills with Omni Slash. Ursa hits Yules and saved myself because of it. And now he will Abyssal Malefic. Kate looks for backlands, but they have the Go Scepter on Warlock. Kobe dead. But the trade is for Ice Yeti. Grimstroke buys back and Radiance. Now they're being kited around. Cheese is used by 4-play, but he's taking so much damage, and he is just so dead with no buyback. Keita is still shape-shifting. That will end quite soon at that point. Then it becomes very, very hard.
Ending the game right now is not trivial, though, against this Zeus. This guy did not die. He just finished a refresher. I don't think they can end the game right now for Dire.
And he has used the refresher to kill buying onions. Sure, it's on cooldown, but so is Tiny's life.
Yeah, that's worth it. You take those. I mean, you buy the refresher to use it, and he's got the Octarine core as well, reducing the cooldown. What happened that fight? Oh yeah, I mean after 4-play spin CD and he uses the Omni Slash. Once he gets out of it, the Viper just fucking destroyed him. The Viper did 3.4k damage to him, just by like hitting him a bunch and him being another toxin for a little bit.
This is actually... We're looking at 4th Roshan. He gets us alive.
It's
Our
Roshan.
good friend Roshan, back for a 4th set of beatings. I think the 6th time in the series he's returned, and... Both, I mean, they're both teams down.
I remember when you used to duel it solo Roche with Nimbus. I don't remember why it was so much better against Roshan. But I remember if you like very carefully put the Nimbus right here, then Roche would like have to run outside the pit, and he would just like do that, and you could solo it by putting it there like 3 or 4 times.
It's like some real fair and balanced and intended Dota 2 interactions to me.
Yeah, I mean, it was bad. I don't think I ever saw anyone do it in a real game. Actually, I never saw anyone do it in a fake game either. I think I might have been the only person that knew about it. I'm kidding.
You
That's
missed your
not true.
chance for the logical tech.
I mean, you could probably still do it. It's just this shit takes no damage from Roshan. Maybe it's because it's 49 minutes in as well.
Rapier is finished on Jug. He's walking
Okay.
towards Roshan.
It's been
Finds
fucking
Agile, and
chunks.
well, Agile, he will die. Omni Slash is online. Inkswell will stun Jay. In comes Tiny, fighting like an BKB. Warlock 5, but Omni Slash brings down Tiny, but it's only on Tiny. Now, Soulbind brings the Ursa and the Viper together. Radiant are hiding around the Dire. X-Mark will get dodged by Spin. Bishya still wants to hunt. But Radiant kill 2 and force out 2 buybacks and lose nothing but cooldowns.
Yeah, so now Dire is like stuck in this position where they have to either like take a fight perfectly or they just have to like rat Radiant because taking direct 5v5s is so difficult. Alkeita just doesn't have Execute. He's just not buying it this game, which is unfortunate, I think.
Smoke into the Radiant Tri-Camp. Warlock has been caught. That will be a dieback on Agile. Now, Ice Eddie blinks in, looking for Grimstroke, who has the Ghost Scepter. There is no Purge. He will force staff to the Logger. Ice Eddie's being kited around as Keita gets killed by Tiny, Kunkka, and Viper. Back to the river. Foreplay is spinning. Soulbind again hits on Ursa and the Viper. Both of them will get Yules. They're being kited around again, but Radiance will take a 2-man avalanche. But no toss by Youngins has dieback. That's 2 diebacks on Dire. 1 on Radiant. Foreplay spins forward, bashing the Viper. Viper stands his ground. Ursa runs a Grimstroke again. The Ghost Hunter saves Kobe. The Torrent, the boat brings down Foreplay. Rapier on the floor, picked up by Kunkka. Dawnbreaker is on the run. Trickster's Cloak delays the death. But Dire, the cores, they're just too strong. Grimstroke has diebacked. Dawnbreaker, there's no way out of this fight. X-Mark, back into the Viper, into a death. That too is a dieback. And barring a miracle, this game is over.
That was okay. They're just gonna straight up call it, but I mean, I think the way that Jay played that fight was really well. He like got the Jugs, like drew Jugs' attention, but he just took no damage. He had the butterfly for like evasion and the armor to like not take too much damage from the right clicks, and then he had this 25 talent with the extra corrosive skin, magic resistance, so he just didn't take damage from the spin DPS talent either. And I mean, he's just able to like slowly wait everything out. The jug ulti got used and 2 spins got used, and then after that he has no magic immunity left. Viper just clicked him down while doing an obscene amount of damage. Alright, Bloosher Revamped 2-0.
Big win too. I mean, they're up to 8 and 4 after that win. I bet if you asked Jay about his season now after that win, he'd be like, "Yeah, pretty good."
Yeah. What happened this game overall? I don't know. I guess Sus needs a 4th strategy. I mean, they
You're
just
right,
didn't
you are
use
right.
they didn't use Wisp Razor. Maybe they lost faith in it or something.
Possibly got tired of
That's
playing it. I mean, it is Wisp Razor.
That shit's fun.
You're crazy.
Have you played it? No.
I played
I-
Razor.
Yeah, no, Wisp Razor is really fun. You just like the laning phase is oppressive because you hit level 3 and then the other guy dies. It's like because you get the 50 attack speed from Wisp, and then you got level 2 Link as well. And then late game Razor's just a piece of shit with Refresher. You just go sit on people, and Wisp's max move speed as well because you steal the Razor's move speed. That shit's that's good. That's good.
On that note, though, thanks for joining me, Lord. You got any final words, college shouts to say to the people of League of Lads?
Nope.
All right, cool stuff. We're going to call it early then. If I'm still alive tomorrow, we'll be casting tomorrow. If not, then I guess I'll be dead in a coffin. Thank you for tuning on in. Thank you to the viewers for watching. And as always, have a great night.